And yes, apologies for the late start, but without further ado, we'll begin by sitting on our mats today. Go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. This could either be cross-legged, you could sit on your heels, whatever feels authentic to you in this moment. We'll go ahead and place our hands either on our lap or intertwining the fingers. We'll begin to lengthen the spine, lowering the shoulders away from the ears. And begin to shut the eyelids or stare down at the tip of the nose. We're going to take a few minutes to tap into our breath, into our body, into this virtual space with one another, allowing the mind to become quiet. And if some thoughts arise, just take note of them, acknowledge them, and let them pass through. We'll begin to take a deep breath into the belly, letting the belly expand like a balloon. And as you exhale, apologies. As you exhale, begin to bring the navel in close towards the belly. Breathing deeply into the lungs. And exhale fully out of the lungs. Next, breathe into the belly, the lungs, and the heart center. Exhale fully out of the heart, out of the lungs, and out of the belly. Go ahead and continue breathing like this for a few more moments. Following the start of every inhalation till the end of every exhalation.
Hey, Paige, your video. There we go.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Continue breathing into the belly, the lungs, and the heart. Staying conscious of the breath. We're going to breathe like this for a few more moments. And we'll slowly begin to open the eyes if they were shut. Fluttering the eyes back open, adapting to the light in the room. We'll begin to release the arms down to the sides. And we'll inhale, lifting the arms and the gaze above the head, pressing the palms together at the top. We'll exhale the palms in front of heart center. Inhale, reaching the arms back up, pressing the palms together. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, bringing the arms back up above the head. And exhale, heart center. We'll go ahead, release those arms one more time. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, we're gonna twist off to the right side, bringing that left hand on the outside of that right knee and gaze over the right shoulder blade. With every inhalation, shooting the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And every exhalation, twisting a little bit deeper. Go ahead, inhale, slowly begin to unwind, bringing those arms back up overhead. And exhale, twisting off to the left side this time. Bring that right hand on the outside of that left knee, or right knee. And the left hand behind the back. And again, with every inhalation, lengthening the spine, and every exhalation, twisting a little bit deeper. Go ahead and inhale, slowly begin to unwind. Bring your arms back up above the head. And exhale, we're gonna fold forward over those legs, bringing those hands out in front of us. Slowly begin to walk those fingertips out in front of you. Begin to release the head down towards the earth. And we'll stay here for 2 to 3 breaths. Inhale, begin to walk those fingertips back up towards the body. We'll go ahead and place our hands on our knees. We'll go ahead and inhale, lift the heart and the gaze up towards the ceiling. And exhale, coming back onto the tailbone, arching the spine, bringing the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, lifting the heart and the gaze. Exhale, rounding the spine. This is what we call a variation of cat-cow pose. We'll inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, round the spine. We'll do this for a few more moments, matching your breath with every movement. And we'll go ahead and come back to center with the chin right over the heart. We'll go ahead, release those arms down towards the side body. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, we'll go ahead, release the right hand down towards the earth. Extend that left arm overhead, rooting down through both sit bones. Breathing deeply in the left rib cage. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower that left hand or left forearm. Extend that right arm overhead. Breathing deeply, rooting down through both sit bones. And we'll go ahead, inhale, lifting back up. And exhale, folding forward over those legs once again. Spider walking the fingers just a few inches forward. We'll hang out here for 2 to 3 breaths. Inhale, begin to walk those fingers back up towards the body. Next, we're gonna interlace our fingers in towards the spine, and we're gonna exhale, press those palms forward. Inhale, lifting up. Inhaling here, and as we exhale, we're gonna lower the left elbow down towards the mat, bringing that right arm behind the head. We could slightly press the back of the head up against the right arm for a nice stretch. Inhale, lifting those arms up above the head. And exhale, this time lowering that right elbow down towards the mat, bringing that left arm behind the head. Slightly pressing the head up against that arm. Inhale, pressing both palms up above the head. And as you exhale, you're going to bring those interlaced fingers at the base of the head. We're going to inhale, opening up the heart, and exhale, bringing that chin in towards the chest. We're going to stretch the back of the neck. Taking a few breaths here. Go ahead and begin to release the elbows down towards the navel, lifting the head back up above the heart. Next, we'll go ahead and come up onto the left hip, coming onto our hands and knees in a tabletop position. We're gonna go ahead and inhale, lift the left leg up, foot flex, and inhale the right arm up, thumb facing up towards the sky. We're gonna stay here for 2 to 3 breaths, creating some warmth in the body. Inhaling here. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. And we'll go ahead, exhale, lower that right hand and that left knee. When you're ready, inhaling the left arm up, thumb facing up towards that ceiling. And inhale the right leg back. We're gonna stay here for 2 to 3 breaths. Bringing that navel in towards the spine. Inhaling here. And as you exhale, bring that knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen once again, hold. And exhale, lower that right knee and that left hand. Next, we're gonna go ahead and bring the knees to the outer edges of the mat, big toes together. We're gonna walk the hands forward. And we're gonna sit back on the heels, lowering the forehead down towards the earth, meaning in child's pose. Taking a few moments here. Begin to notice the texture of the mat underneath the skin. Notice the temperature of the air. What I invite you to do next is pressing the palms together in a prayer position and taking a bend at the elbows, bringing the palms behind the head. Stretching the backs of the arms. I invite you to think about 3 things that you are grateful for. Go ahead and release those palms back down onto the mat. And we'll inhale, lifting ourselves back up, meeting into a tabletop position. Go ahead and tuck the toes underneath, lift the knees up, hips back, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Feel free to have that nice bend in the knees, lifting the heels off of the mat. Maybe you'd like to walk your dog out, bringing one heel down at a time, stretching the hamstrings, pressing down through the ring finger in the bottom of the palm. When you feel ready, begin to walk those feet up towards those hands. We'll go ahead and meet in a forward fold position. And again, if your hamstrings are feeling a bit tight, feel free to have those knees bent. We'll go ahead and grab a hold of opposite elbows And we're just gonna swing from side to side. It's what we call ragdoll. Go ahead and begin to shake the head no, nod it yes, releasing any tension out of the neck. Go ahead, release those palms down towards the earth. Take a bend in the knees, resting the torso on top of the thighs. We'll slowly begin to roll up the spine, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders and head coming last. And we'll go ahead and meet in mountain position at the top of the mat. This is where our feet are hip width distance apart. We can lift up all 10 toes. Bring them back down one at a time. Begin to lift the kneecaps, activating the thighs. Engage the core muscles and tuck that pelvic bone in. We'll go ahead and inhale the shoulders up towards the ears and down the length of the spine. We're going to open up those palms, activate those fingertips. Next, we'll go ahead and inhale those arms up above the head. And we're gonna exhale, swan dive forward, folding over those legs. Inhale, flat back rise, bring those hands to the tops of the shins. Exhale, folding forward, plant those palms. We're gonna step back into a high plank position. We're gonna exhale, lower the knees, and then the shoulder, or then the chest, and then the chin. We're gonna inhale, slide the body through, press the tops of the feet down onto the mat. We're gonna inhale, lifting the heart up, using the strength of the back muscles, coming into baby cobra. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, pressing up, tucking those toes, lifting the knees and hips up, downward facing dog. We'll stay here for 3 to 4 breaths. Feel free to walk that dog out again. Feel free to shake the head no and nod it yes. This is one of the safest places to release any tension out of the neck. We'll go ahead and inhale, lift the gaze, and exhale. Step or walk forward to the front of the mat. We'll go ahead, inhale, flat back rise, bring those hands back to the tops of the shin. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, taking a bend in the knees, and exhale, rolling up that spine. Shoulders and head coming last. Good. Meeting back in mountain pose. Inhaling here. Exhale fully out through the mouth. Inhale, lift those arms up above the head. Exhale, folding forward over the legs, meeting in forward fold. Inhale, flat back rise, bring those hands to the tops of the shins, crown of the head, shooting forward. Exhale, folding forward, plant those palms, step back, high plank. Exhale, lower those knees, then the chest, and then the chin. Inhale, sliding through, lifting up, baby cobra. Exhale, folding forward, lifting up on those knees, tucking those toes, lifting the hips up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. We're gonna stay here for 3 to 4 breaths. Feel free to come back to child's pose at any point in your practice. This is your practice. Listen to your body. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, step or walk forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back rise. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead, take a bend in those knees and slowly roll up that spine. Shoulders and head coming last. We've done 2 rounds of sun salutation A, and we're gonna go through that flow one more time. So inhale those arms up above the head. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back, rise. Exhale, folding forward, plant those palms, step or hop back, high plank. I'm gonna give you guys some choices here. You could stay in high plank or lower those knees down. If you wanna stay in high plank, you can exhale, chaturanga. This is when we hug the elbows in close to the rib cage. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, rolling over those toes, downward facing dog. Staying here for 2 to 3 breaths. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, step, walk, or hop forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead, take that bend in the knees and we'll roll up the spine. One last time. Shoulders and head coming last. We'll go ahead and meet in mountain pose. And I invite you all to shut the eyelids here. Noticing where the breath goes into the body. If the breath is shallow or if it's deep. Noticing the rate of the heart. Feeling the warmth that you've created in your body. You're gonna flutter the eyelids back open to the light of the room. We're gonna inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll go ahead and bring that right foot back, setting ourselves up for warrior series. So we wanna have that left foot facing to the front of the mat, and then our right foot is gonna be facing parallel to the mat. We're gonna inhale the arms up to a T, and then we're gonna exhale, take a bend in that left knee. We want to check our knee placement here. Is that left knee directly over that left ankle? It's going to be 90 degrees. And then our gaze is over our left peace fingers. Go ahead and stay here for 3 to 4 breaths. We'll go ahead and inhale, straighten out that front leg, clap those hands above the head, and exhale, take a bend back in that left knee, bring it back to warrior 2. Inhale, lengthen that leg, clap the hands above the head, and exhale, take a bend in that knee, warrior 2. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, and exhale, take that bend back in that knee. Good. We'll go ahead and inhale, reach forward with that left hand, flip that palm, and we'll exhale, slide that right hand back down that right thigh, coming into reverse warrior. We'll stay here for 3 to 4 breaths. Inhale, bring it back to warrior 2. Exhale, lower the left elbow onto the left knee, extend the right arm overhead. Opening up that heart towards the sky. Our right biceps could be close to that right ear. And we want a long stream of energy from the right toes to the right fingertips. We'll stay here for 3 to 4 breaths. Next, we'll exhale, and we're gonna cartwheel those hands down, framing that left foot. We're gonna come up onto those right toes. We're slowly lowering that right knee down to the mat. We're gonna press down through that right hand on the inside of that left foot. And when we're ready, we're gonna inhale, lift that left arm up towards the sky, coming into a nice spinal twist. We could keep that right knee lowered on the mat, or we could extend that leg, lift that right knee off the mat. We'll stay here for 4 to 5 breaths. Exhale, lower that left hand down to meet the right. And we're gonna go ahead and lower that right knee back down onto the mat. Go ahead, bring that left knee back to meet the right. We're gonna bring those knees to the outer edges of the mat, big toes together. We're gonna sit back onto the heels, extend those arms forward, and place the forehead down on the earth. Taking a few moments here in child's pose. We'll go ahead and inhale, begin to lift back up when you feel ready. We'll meet in tabletop position. Go ahead and tuck the toes underneath the mat. Lift the knees and hips up off the mat. We're gonna go ahead and meet in downward facing dog. When you feel ready, begin to walk those feet up towards those hands. Meeting in forward fold. We'll go ahead and take a nice bend in the knees and slowly roll up that spine. Shoulders and head coming last. We'll go ahead and meet in mountain pose at the top of the mat. We're gonna inhale, take a deep inhale through the nose. We're gonna exhale out through the mouth. Do that once again, inhale. And exhale. Good. Next, we'll inhale here. And as you exhale, we're gonna bring that left foot back, setting ourselves up for warrior series on the opposite side. So go ahead, bringing that right foot forward, left foot facing parallel to the mat. We're gonna inhale the arms up to a T. And exhale, take a bend in that right knee. Check that knee placement. Is it directly over that right ankle? And you should only be able to see the right big toe and the right second toe. Next, you want to bring your gaze over the right peace fingers. We'll stay here for 3 to 4 breaths. Inhale, lengthen out that front leg, clap those hands above the head. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper into warrior 2. Inhale, lengthen that leg, clap those hands. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. And we'll do it one more time. Inhale, clap, and exhale, sinking back, warrior 2. Next, we'll go ahead and lean forward with that right hand, flip that palm, exhale that left hand down that left thigh, bring that right arm overhead, coming into reverse warrior. We'll stay here for 4 to 5 breaths. Inhale, bring it back to warrior 2. Exhale, lower that right elbow on top of right knee. And extend that left arm overhead. Bicep is going to be close to the left ear. And again, you want a long stream of energy from those left toes to the left fingertips. We'll stay here for 4 to 5 breaths. Exhale, begin to cartwheel those hands down, framing that right foot, come up onto the left toes. Go ahead and lower that left knee down towards the earth, planting that left hand on the inside of that right foot. We're gonna inhale, bringing that right arm up towards the sky. You could keep that left knee down on the mat or lift that left knee off of the earth. Coming into a nice spinal twist. We'll stay here for 4 to 5 breaths. Exhale, lowering that right hand back down onto the earth. Lower that left knee. Bring that right knee back to meet the left. And we'll go ahead, bring those knees to the outer edges of the mat. Big toes together. Sit back onto the heels. And we'll go ahead and spend a few moments here in child's pose. We'll go ahead, inhale, and we're gonna begin to walk the hands off to the right side. Maybe we plant the left hand on top of the right. We'll stay here for a couple breaths. Inhale, begin to walk those hands back to center. Exhale, walking the hands off to the left side. Maybe placing that right hand on top of the left. Inhale, bringing those hands back to center. Coming back into a child's pose. When you feel ready, go ahead and lift up into a tabletop position. We'll tuck those toes, lift the knees and hips up towards the sky, meeting in downward facing dog. When you feel ready, begin to walk those feet up towards the hands. We'll meet in a forward fold. Begin to take a bend in the knees and slowly roll up that spine. Shoulders and head coming last. We'll go ahead and meet back in mountain pose. We'll go ahead and begin our standing series, our balancing postures. First, we're gonna do warrior 3. So what that looks like is we're gonna bring the weight off to the left leg. Begin to take a bend in that right knee. We can place our hands in prayer mudra in front of heart center. What we're gonna do is inhale, lift the right knee up, keeping that right foot flexed, finding our balance here, staying with our breath. When you feel balanced, go ahead and kick that right foot back behind you, extending that right leg. Trying to stay here for 2 to 3 breaths. Keeping those hips squared. It's okay if you fall out of this posture. You can always get up and try again. We'll go ahead, inhale, begin to lift that right knee back up. And exhale, bring it back down. Good, go ahead, shake off that left leg a little bit. And we'll go ahead and bring our weight off into the right leg this time. Taking a slight bend in that left knee. Go ahead, bring your hands to prayer mudra in front of heart center. We'll inhale, begin to lift that left knee up, keeping that left foot flexed, finding our balance here. When you feel ready, kick that left leg back behind you, squaring off those hips, looking down at the floor. We'll stay here for 2 to 3 breaths. Inhale, begin to lift that left leg back up. And exhale, bring that left leg down to meet the right. Shake it out, do a little dance. Next, we'll go ahead and come off into tree pose. So go ahead and begin to bring the weight off to the left leg. I've shared this technique with all of you before, but what I like to use, you could use it if you wish, is I like to visualize roots going down through my legs, shooting down through my feet to the core of the earth. I feel like this helps me stay grounded in balancing postures. Feel free to utilize that technique if you wish. If not, you could always use a wall for added balance. You could stare at a still point ahead of you. That will also help you balance. So go ahead, bring that weight off to the left leg. Have that slight bend in that right knee. We're gonna open up that right knee to the side, bringing that right heel on the inside of that left ankle. When you feel ready, lifting that right foot up on the inside of that calf or bringing that right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Finding your balance here. We have a few hand variations. You can bring it to prayer mudra in front of heart center. Bring your arms out to a T. This is also great for balancing. Or you can bring those arms up above the head. We'll stay here for 4 to 5 breaths. Go ahead and press those palms together. Exhale, bring it back to heart center. We'll lower that right leg down to meet the left. Go ahead, shake out the legs a little bit. Next, bring your weight off to your right leg this time. Lifting that left knee up, opening up on that left. Opening up with the left knee. Go ahead, lift that left foot either on, right below the knee or right above the knee, but never on the knee. Go ahead, bring your hands to prayer mudra or out to T, or bringing the arms above the head. Again, we'll stay here for 4 to 5 breaths. Good. Go ahead, exhale, press those palms together back to heart center. And exhale, lowering that left leg down to meet the right. Shake it out. Do a little dance. You deserve it. And next, we'll go ahead and bring our weight back off to the left leg. We're gonna go ahead and lift that right knee up. We're gonna grab a hold of that right knee with the right hand, placing the left hand on the left waist. We can stay right here, or you could go ahead and grab that big toe with the peace fingers and extend the leg out in front of you. Yogi's choice. You could stay here if this is enough, or go ahead and bring that right knee or right leg out to the right side. Go ahead and inhale, bring that knee or right leg back to center. And exhale, lowering that right leg down to meet the left. Go ahead, give it a little wiggle. And when you feel ready, bring that weight off to the right leg. Taking a slight bend in that left knee. Lifting that left knee up, grabbing hold of that left knee with the left hand. Go ahead, place that right hand on the right hip. Finding your balance here. And again, it's okay if you fall, you can always get up and try again. You could stay right here. Go ahead and grab a hold of the left big toe with the left peace fingers. Extend that left leg out in front of you. On your next exhale, bring that left knee or left leg out towards the left side. Go ahead, inhale, bring it back to center. And exhale, lowering that left leg to meet the right. Do the last little shake dance you can. Shake it down. And we'll meet at the top of our mats in mountain pose. I invite you to shut the eyelids here. Just noticing any sensations that arise in the body. Any thoughts that seem to come and go. We'll begin to open the eyelids back open if they were shut. And we'll inhale the arms up above the head. And as we exhale, we're going to lower the fingertips down towards the earth. And inhale, rising up, chair pose. Like you're sitting on an imaginary chair. We want most of our weight back in our heels. We can lift up all 10 toes, and we're gonna bring our gaze in between the palms. We'll stay here for 4 to 5 breaths. Noticing any sensations that arise, if your thighs are burning like mine are, or if this feels effortless, just notice what's going on. On the next inhale, we're gonna rise back up, shooting up, and exhale, lowering those arms back down towards the side body. Next, we'll go ahead and exhale, lowering ourselves all the way down onto the mat. We're gonna sit slightly back on the tailbone, getting ready for bow pose, so bring your hands to the backs of the thighs. We're gonna begin to lengthen the spine, opening up the heart. And when you feel ready, lifting up one leg and then the other. We could keep our hands right here, or we could extend them out in front of us. We'll stay here for a few breaths. You could stay right here if you'd like, or I invite you to partake in some yogi crutches. We're gonna exhale, lengthening the legs out, bring yourself super close down to the mat, and inhale, lifting back up. We're gonna try to do 7 of these on your own terms, matching your breath with every movement. See if you could maybe even do 8 or 9 of these. Keep it up. Feel that those abs burning. Let's do 1 more. Good. Go ahead and plant those feet down onto the mat. Hug those knees into the chest. Round out the spine, lowering the head onto the knees. We'll go ahead and hug the backs of the thighs. We could grab opposite wrists, opposite forearms, maybe opposite elbows. We're gonna do a hugging forward fold. So we're gonna inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to bring those heels out in front of you, trying to lengthen and straighten out those legs. Staying here for a couple more breaths. Go ahead, release those arms out from underneath you. We're gonna bring those hands behind the back now. Fingertips are gonna be facing forward towards the feet. We're gonna take a nice bend in the knees, pressing the bottoms of the feet down onto the mat. Next, we're gonna inhale, lift the hips off the mat. We're gonna come into a reverse tabletop. If the neck allows it, releasing the head. We're gonna stay here for 3 to 4 breaths. Exhale, begin to slowly lowering those hips back down onto the mat. We're gonna extend the legs out in front of us, bringing the hands alongside the hips. We're gonna inhale the arms up above the head. And exhale, we're gonna fold forward, releasing those hands wherever they may reach. This could be on the shins, this could be on the mat beside the legs. You could be grabbing the sides of the feet or maybe even the toes. We'll stay here for 4 to 5 breaths. We'll go ahead and inhale, bringing ourselves back up, stacking the chin above the heart. We'll go ahead and bring the bottom of the right foot on the inside of that left thigh. We'll inhale the arms up and exhale, fold over that left leg. Go ahead, release the head. We'll stay here for 3 to 4 breaths. Inhale, lifting back up. Go ahead, extend that right leg to meet the left. Wiggle out those legs a little bit. Go ahead, bring the bottom of that left foot on the inside of that right thigh. Inhale the arms up above the head. And exhale, folding forward over that right leg, releasing the head. Go ahead, inhale, lifting back up. Go ahead, extend the left leg to meet the right. Give your legs a little wiggle again. We're gonna take a bend into the knees, scooting forward to the front of the mat. We're gonna extend our arms out in front of us, and we're slowly utilizing the ab strength to bring one vertebrae down at a time, seeing how slow we can go until we reach the mat. Once you make your way all the way down onto the mat, we'll go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Rocking from side to side, massaging out the lower spine. Feel free to begin to make circles on the ceilings with the kneecaps. Switching directions. And pausing back into the center. We're gonna extend our arms out to a T. We're gonna shift our hips to the right and lower the knees to the left. We'll go ahead and place that left hand on top of the right knee. And then we're gonna bring our eyes off to the right side, coming into a full spinal twist. We'll stay here for 4 to 5 breaths. Go ahead, inhale, shift those hips and knees back to center. And as you exhale, go ahead and shift those hips to the left and lower the knees to the right. You could place that right hand on top of that left knee, and we'll bring our gaze over to the left hand. Breathing deeply into the spinal twist. Go ahead and inhale, shift those hips and knees back to center. And we're gonna hug the knees back into the chest for one last final hug. We're gonna lift that nose up towards the knees, and we're gonna squeeze ourselves really tight, tightening up the feet, the legs, the abs, the arms, even scrunching up the face. Squeeze, 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 and exhale. We'll release our limbs down onto the earth, letting the outer edges of the feet fall open to the corner of the mat. Arms down by the sides, palms facing up. We're getting ourselves ready for Shavasana. So maybe you'd like to place a pillow underneath the head or underneath the thighs to lower the spine closer towards the earth. And we'll just begin to settle into this pose. Settle into this space. Relaxing the forehead and the point between the eyebrows. Relaxing the jaw. Resting the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Lengthening out the neck by tucking the chin in towards the chest. Become aware of the body and every point of contact with the earth beneath you. Start to become aware of the breath. Feeling the chest and the belly rise with every inhalation and fall with every exhalation. I invite you to come back to the 3 things you said you were grateful for in the beginning of practice. Perhaps now you have more things to be grateful for. Just begin to notice where in your body you feel the emotion of gratitude. Perhaps you'd like to place your hand on top of your heart, or a smile comes across your face. Just begin to relish in the emotion and feeling of gratitude. Allow that feeling to ripple out from your existence, touching everyone that you come in contact with today. I invite you to begin to deepen your breath. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Rotating the wrists and the ankles. Awakening the body. Perhaps you nod the head from left to right, aligning both brain hemispheres. We'll begin to inhale, lift the arms up above the head for one last final stretch. Perhaps pointing and flexing the feet. We'll begin to take a bend in the knees and roll off to the right side, using the bicep as a pillow, coming into fetal position. We'll take a few moments to ourselves here in this posture. Begin to extend the left leg and slowly press yourselves up into a comfortable seated position. You could keep the eyes remain shut if you wish. We'll go ahead and bring our hands to prayer mudra in front of heart center, pressing the backs of the thumb into the chest. And we'll slightly bow our head in gratitude for bringing ourselves to our mats today and sharing this practice with one another. The light in me honors the light in you, and with that, we are one. Namaste.